Time now for the morning rush. We're hours away from President Trump's visit to New Mexico. It's his first visit to the state as president. His campaign and the Republican Party of New Mexico both say the state could be a big contender for next year's election after he lost New Mexico in 2016. The president is expected to discuss the state's economy and job growth. He'll take the stage tonight at 7. Though the president will be in Rio Rancho today, you can expect delays in the roadways. Albuquerque city officials are reminding everyone that presidential motorcades will take priority. Road closures and backups from the Sunport to Santa Ana Star Center are to be expected. Albuquerque city offices will also be closed at 3 p.m. Also happening today, a controversial billboard expected to go up ahead of the president's visit. That billboard, launched by U.S. Senate candidate and New Mexico Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse Oliver, says, quote, "President Trump, go back to where you came from." You can see the sign on northbound I-25 just south of I-40. Of course, News 13 will have live coverage of President Trump's campaign rally throughout the day, on air and online. You can also watch his visit on our website. We'll be live streaming it for you. That's KRQE.com.
And after a soaking across parts of the state this weekend, some much needed rainfall. Unfortunately, those rain chances will start to come to an end as we head into the middle of this week. This westerly flow returning back to the state, that's going to bring back in some drier conditions and some warmer weather too as we head into the middle of the week. Crystal?
This morning, a state police officer is recovering from injuries that he suffered in a head-on crash. State police say the crash happened on State Road 90 between Silver City and Lordsburg. Police say Officer Thaxter Richard and another unknown driver were taken to the hospital. No word on their injuries this morning. On to new news for you this morning. Gas prices expected to rise in the wake of attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities. The attack knocked out 5% of the global oil supply, and oil prices surged to 4-month highs this morning. Prices at the pump could increase by as much as 50 cents a gallon. The president blaming Iran for this attack. We're looking ahead for you this morning. The White House is considering an app for gun control reform. Its goal would allow private gun sellers to connect to the criminal background check system. Officials say other options being considered involve stiffer penalties for someone buying a gun for someone else. Happening this morning, lawmakers, local organizations, and educators are expected to gather for a childhood conference. The goal to discuss ways to improve issues like mental and physical abuse, education, and crimes that affect children in the state. The event kicks off this morning in Santa Fe. Grant.
And we're keeping your Metro Threat Index low today. Not too concerned about any severe weather out there, but we will be watching the chance for some isolated showers and storms again as we head into your Monday afternoon. That rain keeping temperatures comfortable again as we head later into the day. Crystal?
Happening now, Santa Fe police will be out watching drivers trying to cut down on crashes. The so-called Fall Blitz will be focused on intersections where a lot of crashes happen and areas with speeding and stop sign violations. Police chief says people can email or call the department if you believe that a specific area needs extra enforcement. Happening today, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is presenting the Governor's Humanitarian Award to the city of Deming and Luna County. The award is to honor their public service in helping asylum seekers and immigrants this year. Happening today, New Mexico's U.S. Representatives Ben Ray Lujan and Deb Haaland will be at UNM helping register people to vote. The event is being hosted by UNM College Democrats. Both Lujan and Haaland are encouraging young voters to take an active role in the election process. The voter registration drive will take place at the Cactus Garden. Again, that's at UNM. Grade school students in rural parts of the state are learning about opportunities in STEM fields, all thanks to several state colleges. UNM, New Mexico Tech, and the Air Force Research Lab created the Mobile Makers Express Lab. The mobile lab gives kids hands-on experience with printers and laser cutters. The lab will start touring the state later on this year. Grant.
Well, let's take a look at your morning drive. Things are looking clear right now. No accidents working out there on the roadways, but still could be some standing water from rainfall overnight. So take it easier as you're heading off to work and school.
All right, take a look at this. There's a new balloon Fiesta Pin out this morning aimed at helping others. Garrett Heath, who grew up going to Balloon Fiesta but lives in San Antonio, created these pins that spin between the red and green chili balloon. I love it. This year, Heath wanted to focus on the never-ending chili debate. $1 from every pin sold will go towards the Roadrunner Food Bank. If you want details on how to purchase one, go to alwaysonkRQE.com.
Well, on this day in weather history, back in September 16th of 2013, so just a few years ago, there was historic rainfall that fell in parts of Santa Fe County. That actually led to flooding of Galisteo Creek. It even flooded some roadways out there, leaving some even commuters stranded on I-25.
Pretty cool. All right, time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, two New Mexico brothers are getting a lot of attention this morning for their dedication to their high school band. This video was taken at Oñate High School last weekend. In it, Isaac and Aiden Breelyrud. Isaac, who is intellectually disabled, he's playing his heart out there in the video. The boy's mom says Aiden begged her to let Isaac join the marching band this year, and now they're looking forward to playing in the Zia Marching Fiesta here in Albuquerque just next month.
I love this story. Good for them.
I know, he looks so passionate about it too.
He does. If you want to see more of his story, go to our website, always on KRQE.com. On to number 4 now. Balloon Fiesta right around the corner. We're counting down the days. Now there's a new gaming app that brings the fun to your phone. Created by UNM student Leonard Opereta. Global is a racing app. Your mode of transportation, of course, a hot air balloon. The goal there is to collect chilies without hitting obstacles like tumbleweeds and birds. It was released in April. He hopes it catches on. He says that he eventually wants to update the landscape, the hot air balloons, and of course the obstacles.
Pretty neat. And at number 3, after a soaking, a much welcomed rainfall we saw across the state this weekend, we will start drying out though as we head into the middle of this week. We're still hanging on to some isolated rain chances this afternoon, but as that dry air makes its way back in by Wednesday, we'll also start to watch temperatures warm up too.
Number 2 now, 2 teens among the 4 killed this last week in a shooting in the South Valley. Police say they found 3 people dead near Bridge and Golf on Thursday, and a 4th person died at the hospital. APD now identifying the victims as 16-year-old Victoria Sierras, 17-year-old Daniel Baca, 36-year-old Christine Baca, 77-year-old Manuelita Sotelo. So far, police have not named a suspect in the ongoing investigation. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to call police immediately. On to number 1, a big talker. All eyes on New Mexico. In hours, President Trump will be in our state trying to win over our swing state for his re-election in 2020. Rio Rancho is expected to be hopping with extra security. Roads going to be closed. School is canceled as the city prepares for Donald Trump's first visit to New Mexico as president. Trump's camp and the Republican Party of New Mexico say the state could be a big contender in next year's election after he lost New Mexico in 2016. According to his campaign, Trump is expected to discuss the state's improving economy tonight and job growth since taking office. Another hot topic sure to come up, the president's controversial border wall. For details on tickets, go to KRQE.com.